So this is one of the neighborhoods in Davao City, which is a poor neighborhood, and some of the orphans in Livingstone's come from neighborhoods like this. In fact, we know for sure one of our orphans came from this area. He was abused and malnourished. In fact, he had been burned with cigarettes. Now, not everybody here treats their kids like that, but this is a very poor area, so I just want you to see the kind of area where some of the kids come from at Livingstone. Okay? This neighborhood is called Bucana, and we're in basically what's called Poblacion, the downtown area, but we're near the sea. So back in here is a very low-lying area, not too far from the ocean. Yeah. A lot of the men here will drive these tricycles where they pedal them, so no gasoline needed. And I don't know what they charge, maybe 5 pesos a ride or something like that, free. So right now there's 46 pesos in $1, so if you can get yourself 12 passengers, 10 to 12 passengers, you made $1. But you have to maintain your unit. TV repair shop. Want to get your TV fixed? Look over here, you'll see kind of the mindset of some of the folks. Come over on the t-shirt shop here. Okay, what's up, what's up? Okay. They're selling Bob Marley and Che Guevara t-shirts here. See? Most everything's Bob Marley or Che Guevara. So it's either marijuana or communism. Some of the neighborhood guys. How much is the tricycle fare?
5 pesos.
5, I was right, 5. So to make $1, you need to have 9 passengers. So you get 45 pesos. Okay. What do you sell here? Ice cream? Fishball. It's a fishball vendor. So they ride the bicycle around with their sidecar, and they sell food in the neighborhood. What else do you do here? Tailoring? Tailoring and little restaurant here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hi. Do a little video of the area. This is a little hardware store. You can get your cement, get some of your aluminum, or no, that's a GI sheet, steel roofing, paint, a few things there. Okay. And here's a home with a little bit of a driveway at the side, some plants. They've got their Santo Nino Jesus statue in the corner there. Okay. How's your lighting? Are you seeing that? Yes. Okay. Alright.
Where are you going home?
We're going to the sea. To the Dagat. Okay, now did you ever wonder where those old video games went that we used to play in America 20 years ago, 30 years ago? They're here in the Philippines. These are some of those old units. They don't get destroyed, they just get sent over to the developing world nations like this. Kids love them here. Okay, this is it's not on right now. That's where they do barbecue in the evening. They'll barbecue chicken and things like that, and what do you call it, on the stick with some pieces of meat on. Like, well, they're getting ready here. See this will be barbecue. Oh, chicken feet. Chicken Adidas. Chicken feet. And of course, you can have a hot dog. And these will be ready in the evening when... Oh, look at that. Chicken heads. Chicken heads right there. Can you see the head? Yum.
Wala man pakyawan. Kala ko, Joe, pakyawan niyo lahat, Joe.
Fruit stand. Tiny bananas.
Saging.
And then we've got some small mangoes here. There's papaya, watermelon, not watermelon, pineapple. and guava. So there's a lot of fruit in the Philippines, and a lot of it's bigger than that. Those are kind of small versions, but I'm sure it's delicious. Okay, we're at the ocean here. So you'll see a lot of boats down here. Oh, you see this rooster here? These roosters are generally very well taken care of. Look how fat he is and healthy. He looks even fatter than some of the people in the area, but they use these for cockfighting. And so if they can win money with the cockfights, then of course it's a pretty good source of income. So in many nations that's illegal, but here it's legal in the Philippines. So they put a blade on the foot and then they slash one another up. But not something that I go and watch. But sometimes they'll do it on the street just for fun, just for practice, without the blade. Okay, you see over here, basketball is totally the national sport in the Philippines. They're basketball crazy. So anywhere there's space, you'll see a basketball backboard and a hoop, and there's always kids playing basketball. Even if they don't go to school, they're playing basketball and dreaming of the NBA. Everybody knows Michael Jordan and all those NBA stars, Shaq and all of that, Yao Ming. So anyway, we're right here at the sea, so we'll get a little closer here. You'll see a lot of boats out here. Okay, and this will be the end of our little tour through this neighborhood because we ran into the ocean here. But these are small boats used for fishing, and a lot of the guys along the sea here will go out in the morning, very early, sometimes even before the sun comes up, and they'll go out and they'll fish with nets. They'll throw the nets out and they'll pull in the fish if they can find some. Sometimes they come back with nothing, like Peter in the Bible. But they like to paint their boats up colorfully. Most of them have these outriggers on the sides to stabilize the boats. And a lot of Filipinos very, very comfortable on the water. And you know, it's a nation of 7,000 islands. So many, many people make their living from the sea. Also, there's a lot of great tourism here. And you see that island in the distance? There are some resorts out there, some beautiful beaches. There's coral reefs on that island out there, and it's just a wonderful country. Now, we showed you kind of a poor neighborhood here, but not all of the country is like this. This is the really low end, and actually these people, they're surviving. I mean, they're not dying out here, but sometimes the family has too many kids, or they'll lose a job, or they're just not bringing in enough money to feed the kids, and sometimes there's 5, 6, 7, 8 children. And if you have a difficult situation happen, like father loses a job, or the mother loses a job, or someone gets sick, or sometimes the father will end up in prison. So situations like that happen, and so then they're in dire straits, very tough situations. Sometimes that's the situation where the kids end up at the orphanage. And so there's a variety of things happen, but this is really, it's a beautiful country, beautiful people. And you see the joy. Show this little girl here. This is just one of the couple girls in the neighborhood. And they're always smiling. And, you know, these kids don't know they're poor. They just think this is just life. And they're just living their life. And I'll tell you what, there's a real sweet spirit in the Philippines. And you see it all over the world with Filipinos serving in a lot of jobs, like on cruise ships, and nannies, maids, house helpers. Most people have a very positive image of Filipinos all over the world, and so this is where they come from. Cities like Davao. Okay, so thanks for following my little tour. Thanks to my cameraman, Pastor Armin Valdez. And I gotta go, so we gotta go teach at CBI right now. So that's a wrap. This has been Ken Sandberg for World Report on CNN.